Hey there, it is Jer SD here. I am your coach of the Seattle Pidgeots, and we are here to finish up the regular season here in IBL season number 7. Um, I just realized I pulled up the wrong team here. I was looking for this one. Yeah, so um, the IBL regular season has ended. Your boy is behind, basically. Had to quarantine um, because of COVID. And yeah, I didn't get anything done because I'm lazy. Anyway, um, basically, we're going to be going over weeks 10 and 11. Week 11 was a throwaway week, basically because the outcome didn't matter literally at all. But week 10 was important for us to try and get into playoffs. Coming into week 10, we were 4-5. We needed a win to secure a playoff spot, basically, a wild card spot. And I will show you the playoff kind of structure in a second. No, I won't, because actually it's already happened, so I can't spoil that. But yeah, so basically there's in each division there's the final two of the 8, I think. No, final 2, yeah. Seeds 5 and 6 of 10 face off in the wildcard round. The people below me were all unable to catch me if I got a 5th win. And then they would fight it out for that 6th seed. So we were actually locked with a win. We were locked into the 5th seed in the Darumaka division. In week number 10, we are facing Will, coach of the Somerset Steamies. His team consists of Garchomp, Mega Mawile, Xurkitree, Slowking, Azelf, Moltres, Sock, Eldegoss, Blissey, Sneasel, Frogadier, and Dusclops. It's a pretty cool team. Obviously, Garchomp, Xurkitree, Mega Mawile, the big threats. Then you got Azelf and Moltres and Sock, and Sneasel in the defensive core of Eldegoss and Slowking, and Blissey and Dusclops. And then Frogadier is there too. This is the team that I brought. Heavy Duty Boots, Scale Shot, Icicle Spear, Fusion Bolt, and Earth Power. Cura Black. We brought Specially Defensive Decidueye. This was to handle Xurkitree, Shadow Ball, U-Turn, Toxic, and Roost. Then another Xurkitree, or at least not as a thing to let Xurkitree not sweep me. Eye-Dog, the Manectric with the Choice Scarf. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, and Switcheroo. He brought the Blissey. I could Switcheroo the Choice Scarf onto the Blissey at some point. Then we have outdated the Slowbro with Cobra Berry. Physically defensive there for the Garchomp and the Mawile. Scald, Flamethrower, Slack Off, and Teleport. Pretty good check to Garchomp and Mawile once, basically, with Cobra Berry. Flamethrower does about 45%, so with Chip, I can get that done. Goop.com, Mega Diancie, Max Attack, not Max Speed, but Speedy with 3 attacks and Heal Bell. Pretty good versus his team. And then a Rest Chestoberry Mudsdale, also for Xurkitree. This is the battle. Yes, okay. Nice little background we got going on now. But yeah, so he brought the Azelf, the Garchomp, the Mawile, the Dusclops, the Xurkitree, and the Slowking. Thought he might bring Blissey over Dusclops, but basically this is the 6th that I expected. Mawile leads off. I lead with the Mudsdale, and I just go for Earthquake there because Mawile is a huge threat. Obvious play into Azelf is there. He goes for Energy Ball as I set up rocks. I barely was looking at Azelf's move pool, and I forgot to cut grass coverage, but I can go into Apollo here, roost off any damage he wants to do to me. And I just go for Shadow Ball off there, just free damage basically. Nothing on his defensive side wants to take Shadow Balls. So we're good there. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Doesn't really matter because I'm Shadow Ball plus U-Turn, so U-Turn's not doing a lot to anything anyway. And I'm just able to fire off Shadow Balls here and do a pretty good chunk here as he goes into Mawile. I go back into Mudsdale. He doubled back into Dusclops. And we just take out the Dusclops there with the Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb was for Moltres. And I didn't want Azelf to come in for free there. He goes into the Circuitry, obviously trying to pick me off with Energy Ball. I just go into the Kyurem. Fire off an Earth Power, pretty safe, hits most things on his team. Didn't want him to go into Slowking for free on an Icicle Spear. So he goes for Draining Kiss there, showing he's got all the coverage. He goes for Energy Ball. I go for Teleport. Obviously, he's not Scarfed at this point. Go into Decidueye. Again, Shadow Ball is very free in this game. Decidueye has been a little bit disappointing this season. Only come in like 4 games, died every time, and no kills. But in this game, it showed that Shadow Ball spam is a real thing. He goes for Stone Edge there. I decide just to get enough chip on it so that I can win later on with something else. And I get a big crit there with the Shadow Ball. But he actually goes for Scale Shot, which we talked about after. It's actually banned on Garchomp in this league because it's kind of broken with Scale Shot. But yeah, it actually helps me because my stamina goes up by, I get to +6 or +5 and get off a rest. And Chesto back to full. He goes Azelf here as I go for Rock Tomb. Lowering the speed, but obviously it's not going to be slower than me at this point. Go for Rock Tomb again, just missing out on the KO. And he still actually was going to be faster than me, so I just go into Azelf here to the Decidueye here to sack it, but he actually goes into Slowking. I'm able to go into Slowbro, get Regenerator up again on the swap there on Slowking, and then go back into Decidueye. He goes eventually to Garchomp, but not wanting to sack Decidueye on a Garchomp to get a Scale Shot off. I just go right back into Mudsdale, and we do this again. I get to +5 defense, and this time I just go for Earthquake to take it out. 2 kills for Mudsdale. He goes for Hypnosis on that swap to Kyurem, which is unfortunate for sure. Here I just sack off the Decidueye just in case Kyurem could get Heal Belled at some point. He goes an Azelf there on the Diancie as I set up, or on the rocks, dies, so Mudsdale with another kill. Goes Mawile, and just dies to Earth Power. Yeah, pretty easily there. No Bullet Punch on Mawile, obviously. I'm just going to get damage here on the Slowking, letting him take me out as I'm able to go into Manectric now, and fire a Thunderbolt, just missing out on the KO, and the Future Sight comes out with big damage. Here I just go for another Thunderbolt, as Slowking, barely living, now is back up to full basically with Regenerator and Slack Off, so that's unfortunate. He goes for Dazzling Gleam on the Kyurem there, but I'm able to revenge with Diancie here, and that's pretty much going to be game. He goes for Future Sight. Scald wouldn't have taken me out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Goop.com cleans up the game there. Yeah, so 3-0 win. We get to 5-5, clinch playoffs, and that basically means the game versus Duff in week 11. It didn't really matter for me. I didn't play it like memes or anything, but I just brought things that I hadn't really brought yet, or things that I liked previously. I didn't really care what was going to happen. He was way out of playoffs, but he's a good guy, so I just was like, just have a fun battle, whatever. So we're bringing, well, I'll show you his team first. Scizor, Zapdos, Diggersby, Mega Houndoom, Venusaur, Torkoal, Hydreigon, Ribombee, Mantine, Glalie, Munchlax, and Claydol. So a little bit of Sun here, and then big hard hitters in Hydreigon, Scizor, and Diggersby, Ribombee as well. So yeah, fun team there. Deep Dish, the Registeel, Iron Defense, Body Press, Rest, Sleep Talk, Bullies for the Deaf, Scald, Body Press, Slack Off, Teleport, Jerry Jones, Slowbro, Diantha, the Diancie, Calm Mind, 3 attacks this time, and then Choice Scarf for Simeon, bringing Dak back to the game, Tundra, the Kyurem Black with Habanberry for the Hydreigon, Scale Shot, Icicle Spear, Fusion Bolt, and Hornclaws, Spook, the Banded Crobat. I didn't really bring offensive Crobat at all during the season, so I was like, screw it, I'm bringing offensive Crobat. So he brings Ribombee, Hydreigon, Torkoal, Zapdos, Venusaur, and Scizor. Basically the big 6, other than the Mega Houndoom. I lead off with Crobat, just free Brave Bird versus anything except Zapdos, basically. He takes 75%, and he's actually banded Scizor too. So yeah, I go to Zapdos, or Registeel here. So he goes for Curse. He's brought this meme Zapdos a couple times. It's pretty funny. Curse set. So we continue to set up on each other, and I get to +6. He gets a +4, and I'm able to do big 12% with the Body Press there, and I get paralyzed, which doesn't really matter. So he gets a +6. I'm now outspeeding him while paralyzed, and his Wild Charge is hurting himself and doing just as much, or just as little as my Registeel is. He's going for Wild Charges. I am going for Body Presses here. Turns out he did not have Roost, I don't think. Yeah, and I had Rest. So he switches into the Torkoal. I don't roll Body Press there, which is unfortunate. I do roll it on the second time because he can't kill me. So I just go for 1. This time he goes into Ribombee, and Body Press does 55 to Ribombee. He goes for Roost. I just go for Body Press again. And this time he goes for Roost again. I go for Body Press again. Doing more than he's roosting off, obviously. This time I just go to Diancie, because I was bored, basically. He goes Zapdos here just to sack it off. Mystical Fire is going to take him out there. And then he goes into Scizor, forcing me out into Registeel. That allows him to bring in the Torkoal. I go into Slowbro here. He goes Hydreigon, predicting that. Perfect play on his part. He goes for Draco. I eat that. But he's able to go into Torkoal again and set up the Sun, and you can kind of see where this is going, because I don't have an answer to this man, to Daddy the Venusaur. Yeah, basically, like, he brings the Sunset that I didn't really prep for because I didn't really care, and yeah, he sweeps me. Yeah, so we end the season in a 5-0 loss. Sad. But hey, you know, we get the Mystical Fire off. It does not do enough, and he's able to kill me there at the end. We end the season 5-6, still with a a plus differential, I think. I think we were +2 by the end of it or something. 5 and 6, that gets us into playoffs somehow. And in the wild card round, we will face off against Coach Lily and her Undella Lilligans, who we faced off against League 1. And yeah, should be fun. It's already happened. I know it was fun. Yeah, so sorry that couldn't get these out one at a time, but you know, COVID, bro. Not that I had COVID, I just had to isolate. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like the video if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you're new. Yeah, QDL week 9, whatever the final week. It's the final week of QDL too. That will also be coming out in a couple of days here as we are making playoffs in that league as well. So playoff content coming up for IBL and QDL. Yeah, so we'll have this video, and then in a couple days it'll be QDL week 9. Then it will be the playoff game versus Lily, and then the QDL playoff game after that, and then potentially more after that. We will be recording IBL Season 8 when that comes around. Not sure if QDL Season 4, I think, is happening after playoffs. I'm not going to be recording Woods Season 7, which just started this week. I think 2 leagues is probably enough, and probably just 1 is fine. But yeah, so see y'all later. I'm going to get out of here. Bye-bye.